For no man can lay a foundation other than the one which is laid, which is Jesus Christ. Now if any man builds on that foundation with gold, silver, and precious stones, wood, hay, straw, each man's work will become evident, for the day will show it, because it is to be revealed with fire, and the fire itself will test the quality of each man's works. If any man's works which he has built on it remains, he will receive a reward. If any man's work is burned up, he will suffer loss, but he himself will be saved, yet so as through fire. If you truly believe this text, you will not be able to sleep at night, even as a Christian, unless in your conscience you know by the grace of God you are studying God's Word as though your life depended on it, because it does. You are carrying out His ministry according to His Word. How can we know if we're conducting ourselves properly? Only through His Word. And that is why all these silly little boys with their silly little prophecies are doing so much damage to the church. Don't give me a man who mutters and whispers. If he speaks not according to this Word, it's because he has no dawn. Those mutters and those whispers will give me no consolation, no strength in the night watch when I think about the fact that one day I will stand before God and my entire ministry will be judged. And it will be. Oh, how a man needs to fear God, that that man might cling to His Word. Cling to His Word. I want you to go jump over real quick to the book of Hebrews. I want to show you something particularly important for pastors and for missionaries, church planters. Hebrews 8:5. Listen to what it says. Who serve a copy and shadow of the heavenly things, just as Moses was warned by God when he was about to erect the tabernacle. See, he says, that you make all things according to the pattern which was shown you on the mountain. God is saying, Moses, you better listen to me. I don't need your cleverness, your wisdom, your pragmatism, your inventions. I didn't ask you to draw up these plans with me. I did this apart from you in my own eternal counsel with my Son. You make sure you follow the pattern precisely. Now let me ask you a question. What's more important in the economy of God? A cloth and fur tabernacle, or His church that He is building? If God would warn a man about a building, how much more does God warn us about caring for His bride? Imagine a king. He has a bride that he loves with all his heart, all his heart. She's precious to him. Oh, he makes her eloquent, makes her beautiful, dresses her in the finest, purest, whitest linen. He loves her. He spends his day admiring her, but he has to go on a long journey. So he calls you in as a steward. He calls you in as a steward. He grants you the privilege to care for his wife, and he carefully constructs a document before you. This is what I want you to do with my wife. This is what I want you to do with my wife. This is what I want you to do with my wife. But then what happens? The king goes on a long journey, and he stays gone for a while. And you notice that the people are becoming disloyal to the king. You notice that they're no longer really attracted to the queen. She's so, I don't know. She's just not modern. She's not what the people want today. So you get a great idea. You strip her of her white linens. You paint her face and dress her like a prostitute. And you parade her before carnal men in order to draw them back into loyalty with the king. When the king returns, what will he do with you? He will kill you. And that's exactly what many pastors are doing today. That's exactly what many church planters are doing today. They're dressing up the church so that she will be pleasing not to godly folk, but to carnal folk, in hopes of bringing them back into the kingdom. The king never gave you such a decree. Never. She belongs to him. She is precious to him. And we are to be jealous for her, to the point of fighting. Jealous for her. Sola Scriptura is more than a doctrine. It is the very thing that may or may not save your life, depending on how you deal with it, how you respond to it. My greatest prayer for us with missions is that we learn to fear the Lord. And you say, but Brother Paul, all you're doing is talking about church. Precisely, that's what my point is. Missions is this: one biblical church sending out elder qualified men to plant another biblical church. And those elders that send those men out do so with fear and trembling. And the one who goes out deals with the bride of Christ with fear and trembling. If just this one thing was believed in seminaries and in missiology departments, it would transform everything. Everything.